What's up, guys? Community walkthrough here today in North Shores off the newly paved Crooked Lake Road. This subdivision was kind of originated in the early 90s to the 2000s. You're gonna find custom, semi-custom, and even spec builder options. Location. It's 12 minutes from downtown Brighton, 12 minutes from downtown Howell. This is Howell School District, but location has a huge desirability factor when people are looking for this family-friendly community here in Howell. Paved roads, and like I said, Crooked Lake, newly paved, which gives it a lot more access all the way down to Latson, and then quick access to 96 east and west. There's a lot of great amenities in this community as well. I'm gonna go show you here in a little bit. The D2D Access for the homes that are adjacent to East and West Crooked Lake. There is a beach community access, which we will show you as well, and a few parks within the community. So come along with us today, and we'll show you exactly what North Shore has to offer here in the Livingston County community. Walking down the path right now from the parking lot area for the D2D Access. You can't talk about Livingston County lakes without bringing up East and West Crooked Lake. That's why this community is desirable in a lot of capacity. The amenities that are offered within the community. Not every single person gets a D2D Access. I believe every once in a while they might be able to sell them, but for the most part, it's the homes that are adjacent to the lakes, but there's this wetland area that's separating that. It's a tough part as well when you're working with an agent that doesn't necessarily understand the impact of value that this lake actually has to provide. Because this is worth something. Sometimes it might be worth $20,000 to somebody. Sometimes it might be worth $100,000 to somebody. What is the value of owning a deeded dock on West Crooked Lake? I think it's pretty valuable, especially when you only have about maybe 20 slips here. And that is when you're imposing value onto a home, that's one thing, but then what is the value of this empty deeded dock access? Could be priceless, could be $50,000 to $80,000. So definitely ask the right questions to the right agents that understand the impact of what this is on your property values, especially when you're going to list. On the walk back, I'm going to talk about property values. You're going to find everything in this community, everything from spec somewhat condos or land site condos at the front of the community. I don't know exactly when those were put in, but those are going to be low threes to high threes. There's two available, one available right now and one coming available on Friday. Those are going to be the semi-custom home options. Those are low fours to mid fives would be my guess. And then some custom options, which I'm kind of walking up on right now. If you can see over the bushes, it could be a $700,000, $800,000 house. Again, the impact of that lake value and how that imposes on that property value. It's also a massive custom house. So one size does not fit all in this community, and that's a great thing about there's not too many communities in Livingston County that people can generationally grow with. You know, when you start your family, you're in phase one up at the spec builder options. You know, when you get a little bigger, you're looking at the semi-custom, custom home options, and then you know you can always go back to downsize to the spec options up front or somewhere else in the Livingston County community. Not everyone gets a deeded dock slip, but everyone gets access to this beach area. And there's a lot of value to that. I think a lot of the things that I look at when I'm kind of judging houses, high on that list is convenience. Young families, instead of packing up the car and going to a metro estate park, or maybe a family member lives on the Pinckney Chain of Lakes or a lake nearby. There's a lot of great value to be able to walking down the street, jumping in a golf cart, riding bikes, riding scooters, and coming to a private beach. Also the community aspect of it. You know, the amount of times that they might have community events down here and the camaraderie of this community with all these families banding together and making summer, spring experiences for all of their kids. There's value to that. How much? It's very subjective, but there's definitely value to that and value to this community. Thanks for joining me today here in the North Shore community, here in Howell, Michigan, Livingston County. If you want to know more about this community, or if I miss anything, comment below, shoot us a follow, and join us in on for the next neighborhood community walkthrough. We'll see you in the next one.